Hello? Audible?
Yeah, audible.
Okay. So first, what are drawbacks of what is Hibernate? What is Hibernate? Why we need to go for Hibernate framework? So Hibernate is a framework used to do some operations on the database side. Okay, to do some operations on the database. What operations? Whatever may be creating tables, inserting data, selecting, updating, these kind of things. Okay, how we do with JDBC, all these things we can do with the Hibernate. So already we have a Hibernate. So already we have a JDBC. Why we need to go for Hibernate? That is the main question to understand about Hibernate. Okay, so first thing is, while working with the database, we used to come with the database, right? In the JDBC, what are we have issues? In JDBC, what issues we face? Yesterday I told in the Spring JDBC module, what are different issues we face in the JDBC. Anyone remember? So the first one is, in JDBC, all exceptions are what type?
Checked exceptions.
Okay, so we have to handle by using try-catch blocks. Okay, we should handle by using try-catch block. How to handle checked exceptions? We should use
Throws and try-catch.
try-catch or
Throws.
throws. Okay, we have to handle this exception by try-catch or throws. Second one, if we forgot to close connection, result set, statement, what will happen? May cause
Leakage problem.
Memory leak.
okay. Third one, if today we write one query, select star from, example I'm saying, select star from EMP table. Okay, today we written query in the JDBC, we executed by statement objects, statement.execute query. So tomorrow table name changed at database side. Okay, at database side table name changed. What will happen? Again we need to come to code. In the code we have to change the table name as maybe whatever employee. So due to change of in the code, due to change in the database table name, we are also changing in the code. That is a problem. Okay, that means queries are depends on database. Okay, tomorrow query changing in the table side, table name change. Again we are coming to code. In the code also we need to change, otherwise it will not work. Okay, fourth one, there is one interface called result set. Why we use result set in JDBC? After executing select query, to fetch the data, we need to use a result set. From the result set, we need to go through loop and get the data, right? It is not serializable. Okay, serializable not ever, maybe I did not discuss it. That means it cannot transfer to network. Okay, to avoid this, we can go with the Hibernate. So these are few issues I can say. These are only 4 I told. Okay, we have many issues. Okay, in that top one, I can say these are. Okay, SQL queries are database dependent. If tomorrow database table name change, we need to change in the query also. All exceptions are checked exceptions. We should use by using try-catch or throws. Okay, result set is not serializable, so we cannot transfer to network. Okay, on the statement closing, connection closing, result set closing, if we forgot this, there may be a chance of out of memory issue. Okay, so to avoid all these kind of issues, we have to go for the Hibernate. Okay, to avoid all the issues, all problems, you can go for Hibernate. Okay, yesterday also I told Spring JDBC, to avoid all these problems, we can go with the Spring JDBC. Again, today I am saying to avoid all the problems with JDBC, we are going to Hibernate. What is the difference between the JDBC, Spring JDBC and Hibernate? Okay, in Hibernate also we have some issues. To avoid those issues also, we can go with the Spring JDBC. Okay, that I will cover next. Okay, in this, to avoid all the problems present in JDBC, we can go for Hibernate. Then what are Hibernate features? What are Hibernate features? Okay, so first feature, first we'll discuss drawback, and JDBC will go for features. So in JDBC, all exceptions are checked exceptions, but in Hibernate, all exceptions are unchecked. That means we know to use try catch or source keyword. Okay. Second one. So result set is not serializable, so we can use in Hibernate we directly use Java objects. Okay, so in Hibernate we directly use Java object, but not result set, connection object. These things are will not use. Okay, this is second feature. Okay, this is second feature. What is the first one? All exceptions are checked exceptions. It's clear? All exceptions are
Unchecked exception.
unchecked exception. Okay. Second one is result set is not serializable. That means we cannot transfer to network. So in the Hibernate, we can go with the directly Java objects. Java objects, we can make it as a serializable. Okay. Third feature is Hibernate have its own language. Hibernate has its own language. What is that? The main third feature is Hibernate query language. What is the use of this? We can avoid SQL queries. Okay, we can avoid SQL queries. We can write directly Hibernate queries. Okay, we can write directly Hibernate queries. These are database independent. What is the meaning of database independent? Even tomorrow table name changed, column name changed. So we know to change the in code. Okay, because we are mapping table name to our Java class name, column names to Java variable names. Tomorrow table name changed. We no need to worry because already we mapped the table name to our column name. Sorry, our table name. Tomorrow column name change database. That means we no need to change our code because already column name mapped with our variable name. Okay. This is third feature. This third feature in Hibernate. The fourth feature is caching. What is the meaning of caching?
Temporary storage.
So caching means Hibernate provide caching feature. That means the temporary storage is correct. So what it will do? Whenever we are loading any page, Just for example, go to browser, click on Flipkart. Just open Flipkart site and see what happens here. It is loading multiple products. Okay, it is loading multiple products in one shot. How it is loading? Okay, here I given a Flipkart.com. It is loaded from the database. That is fine. There are maybe more than 10,000 products here in the page on this page only. More than 10,000. I'm going to maybe another client. Okay, see another client again giving the hit for the Flipkart. Again here also all the products loaded. What happened here? Again it went to database, got all the product data and showing into browser. So for every customer, for every client, it is going to database and getting data. So what will happen in this case? There is a performance issue. Instead of this, what will happen? Whenever first hit comes to our application, it will load data from the database, put it into one temporary space in our code, temporary space. Then after any other client, second client or third client, maybe n number of clients given hits, it will load data from the temporary place only. That is called cache. It will not go to the database again. Only first time go to database and second time onwards getting data from the cache only. In that way, it will give more performance. Okay. So you are a first customer. After deploying the application. If you give the hit to browser, from the browser to Flipkart.com, to load this page, at least it will take 5 minutes. Okay, to load this page, at least take 5 minutes, because it has to get all the 10,000 products details and show it into UI. It has to load all the 10,000 products from the database and show it in UI. So loading all 10,000 products or 1 lakh products from the database is a very, very performance issue for every time. So first time it will take time, but next time onwards, it will not go database. It will directly get from the temporary location, so that performance will be improvement. That is called cache mechanism. So Hibernate has cache mechanism. Okay, it has 2 levels of cache. It has 2 levels, not only single level. Okay, first one is first level cache. Second one is second level cache. Okay, it has 2 levels of cache. First one is first level, second is second level. So what is first level cache, second level cache? That I will discuss whenever the cache concept will come. Okay, that finally this Hibernate contain cache mechanism, cache feature. It has 2 levels of cache, first level and second level. Okay, fine. The fourth feature is clear. So next one is lazy loading. Lazy loading. What is lazy loading? What is lazy means? So lazy loading is a concept. Okay. So whenever I try to get data of one product, it will go database, it will get, that is early. That means whenever I ask something, it will give complete the object, complete data. But lazy means whenever I ask something data, it will give some proxy object. Proxy means just feel like a real object. Okay. After getting the proxy object to me, if I really use that object, that means if I get the what is the product price, what is the product name, what is the product image, if I try to get all the data, then only it will go database. That is called lazy loading. So lazy loading benefit only whenever, example, if you see here in Flipkart, so first it will get only product name and product image. Okay, in this stage it will get only product name and product image. It will not get what is product price. It will not get who is the manufacturer, who is distributor. Okay, what are the facility, what is the features? All these things it will not get immediately. Whenever we click particular product, that means I am a client asking the complete feature of this product. Then only it will go for database. This is getting the data of this product. Okay, that means whenever I am asking really complete data, then only it is going into database, it is getting. That means it is a lazy loading. What is early loading? Whenever I am loading page, directly it should get all the data. That is early loading. Okay, before clicking on this product, should get all data. That is called early loading. This is the third feature in the Hibernate. Lazy loading. Okay, and the next feature is locking. What is locking? What is lock? Locking mechanism. So locking mechanism. So locking mechanism means, example, there is one table. Okay, there is one table. Table name is product details. Product details. So in this case, what will happen? We have a product 1. Product name is mobile. So mobile. This price is 10,000. Okay. There are two customers trying to buy. There are two customers trying to buy this product. Okay. First customer, second customer. So first customer load data, product data, click on buy. Second customer also click on buy option. Okay. In this stage, both customers. Okay. First load data. This customer also load data. Okay. So in this stage, load data, both customer can see the buy option. Okay. Up to this load data, the product is still available. Okay. Next, the both people are trying to buy that item. Okay. Both people click on buy. Okay. Next step, it is asking the money and payment something. It will give the payment success. So here also it will do same, because already product loaded. That means it feels product still available. That is a problem. To avoid that, what will happen? Whenever user click on buy, it immediately it will do the locking for this. It will do the locking for this row. Whenever first customer trying to click on buy, immediately it will do the locking. Lock means, so no one should change this row other than this person. First person. So when the first person is click on buy, the lock will happen internally for the row. So next person trying to click on buy, immediately it will check this row is locked or not locked. It is not locked means the first person not trying to buy. He is locked means first person already trying to buy the object, buy the item. Okay, I'm repeating. Whenever first person click on buy, it will internally Hibernate do the locking for this row. That means no other person cannot change this data. Okay. So second person is trying to click on buy. That time Hibernate go and check that row already locked or not. If already locked, it will throw exception. What is that? Already item sold like that. We'll see that error sometimes while after doing after entering the payment stage, we'll see item is already sold. This kind of scenario already we see multiple times. Even the consider same scenario in the maybe bus ticket booking. In the same situation, right? Two people are trying to book same ticket. Okay, same time. It will throw error for second user. Okay, first user payment successful. Then means second user get error, something issue raised. It will come back to the again home page. Okay, some errors it will throw in the red bus or whatever ticket booking system. Same situation here. How they are doing? Whenever first user trying to book, that time they will lock this. They will lock this row. They will lock that seat. Even next person trying to click on that seat, it will not allow. That means already locked. When the lock will release, it should be payment is successful or payment time should be timeout. Okay, once the user payment is timeout, then automatically lock will release. Once the payment is completed, lock will be released. Locked release means we can make here one column already booked. Okay, this is the kind of concept called locking mechanism. I think it is more clear. This not need much explanation. Locking mechanism. Okay, HQL exceptions all are unchecked. Caching mechanism, lazy loading, locking. Clear, right? So I can tell one more feature, that is connection pooling. What is connection pooling? Already I told yesterday. Anyone can answer on this? What is connection pooling? No idea? If connection pooling not clear,
Making connections at a time. So many connections at a time.
okay, so framework creates some pool of connections. That connection will be reusable. Why that required? Instead of getting every time connection for every requirement, there is a problem, network issues, network trips is there, performance is not good. So that Hibernate framework or Spring MVC framework, Spring JDBC framework will create some fixed pool of connections. Okay, those connections will be reusable. It is fine. This is about Hibernate features. These features was any doubt? Up to here, any doubt? So in this Hibernate class, what we discuss? There are many concepts in Hibernate. Okay, mostly I will cover what is most important. So first one is orientation configuration. Session and session factory. Lazy loading. Mostly locking I'll cover one or at least one example, if time permits. Okay, relationships. You see, very most important in terms of interviews. In the relationships we have one to many or one to one. Many to one. Many to many. These are four relationships, very important. Okay, so these five I'm planning. If anything is required, I'll cover on fly. Okay, these are mostly I'll cover in the session of Hibernate. Okay, any doubts on this? Any doubts on this? So, Hibernate states, important question. I'll cover that. Okay, generator classes, very simple. Okay, fine. We'll start examples. Vintunara? Respond, please.
అన్నా వింటున్నాం.
Remaining people, Lokesh, mute button పనిచేయదు. Okay. Okay, we'll start first example. Hibernate 5. Okay. So in this, Hibernate version 5 we are discussing. Okay. So versions in the sense we have up to now we have 6 versions of Hibernate. Are available. Okay. So Hibernate 1 to Hibernate 6. Let me check in Google. Is correct or not? Hibernate Maven. Here we can see what are latest version. Here 6.2. See here from starting. We started with Hibernate 3. So started with Hibernate 3. Hibernate 3 we have Hibernate 6. Okay, this is the latest one. But we'll go for Hibernate 5 version only. This is very latest version not required. There are chances of maybe some issues with the Hibernate latest version. We'll go for Hibernate 5. Okay. So to work with Hibernate, okay, we need to know at least we need to know below concepts, at least for first example. What is that? Hibernate mapping. Second one is Hibernate configuration. Session factory. Okay. So first we see what is Hibernate mapping. Okay, Hibernate mapping we see. What is Hibernate mapping? How to do that? Just I'm giving the diagram to understand more better. Okay, just try to understand. If you understand Hibernate, the Spring Data JPA very simple, because Spring Data JPA completely on a Hibernate mapping only. Okay, so what is Hibernate mapping? In Hibernate, okay, we map our Pojo class or class anything. Okay, our Java class to database table. How it is? Just take example. We have a one table in the database. This table structure like this. One second. This pen. So in Hibernate, first we know that in table we have some rows. Okay, this is a table, example table. Maybe I'm taking employee table. Employee table contains some rows and columns. Some column names I'm taking employee ID, employee name, salary, maybe date of joining, whatever we discussed last class, same class. So example, I use one query here. Select, in JDBC I'm taking, in select I'm writing one query, getting some data, select e-name, salary from EMP. This is the query I fired to JDBC by using statement object. Up to here clear. So it is working fine, no problem. So tomorrow what happened? Database team decided this EMP is not meaningful, so I'm changing table name as a employee. I'm changing table name as employee. So sal is not meaningful. I'm changing as a salary. So what will happen? Now in this code we configured table name as a EMP, column name as salary. After that, database team changed the table name, some column names. Now it got failed here. Okay, it got failed because of the table name, column name change. What it will throw? Table name not found, column name not found. It will throw error. Okay, to avoid that, what Hibernate team does? Hibernate is implemented. It is a ORM framework, object relational mapping. So first point I have to tell, ORM Hibernate is a ORM tool, object relational mapping. Object relational mapping. So we are mapping Java object to relational database. How it is? We'll create one class first. Okay, class EMP. Class name our choice. Then what you do here? I will do here simply I'll take variable int EID, string ename. Okay, maybe int or double salary, date, dog. Up to here fine. I take them here. So I map this class name to this table name, this variable to these columns. So what will happen? Today in JDBC we use a query select to sort from something. That query we use in multiple places in our code. Tomorrow table name change, I have to change all the places. Okay, example, in the one method I use the query select ename salary from EMP. The same query I use multiple places. Select ename salary from EMP. Multiple places I use. So tomorrow table name change to employee. So I have to change here, multiple places I have to change. That is a problem. To avoid that, we have ORM framework, object relational mapping. That means we are mapping our Java class object to our table name. So class name will map to table name, variables map to the column names. How to map that? We have some annotations. We have some annotations how look like in a Spring. Also, we have here some annotations. Okay, so there is one annotation called table. So we can map here this table to database table, and we have some annotation called column. Okay, in the column, in the database column name, this is like this, same as this is a column, this is the column, this is the column. Okay, tomorrow table name change to EMP to employee. Where I have to change only this place enough. In the Java code automatically reflect, complete project automatically reflect, because we are mapping only one place. Okay, like that we map our table name to our class name or variable names to our database column names. Okay, like that we do the mapping. This is completely ORM is a completely object based functionality. So in JDBC what we do? We transfer objects by employee ID, string name, employee name integer. But in the Hibernate we transfer object to directly object. That means if you create employee object and set the values employee ID 101. Okay, name is ABC, salary 10,000. This if you ask Hibernate save this object, automatically Hibernate will convert this object into SQL query internally. That query will be executed in a database. Clear? That means in JDBC we used to write SQL queries to communicate to database, but in Hibernate we use the objects, Java objects, to communicate database. Okay, we create employee object, we set the value employee ID value 1000, okay, employee name value as XYZ, salary as 10,000, and we ask that object hand over to Hibernate. Hibernate responsible to insert data into in this row. Some data. Okay, I'm creating another object here. ID is 102, name is XYZ, salary is 20,000. If I ask Hibernate, I don't write SQL query, insert query I don't write. You only create, just I'll hand over object, employee object to you. You only create SQL query and insert into database. Okay, Hibernate take this and extract what is employee ID, store it here. That means it will create internally, it will create insert query, insert into table name values 102 XYZ 20,000. This will insert into our table. This is the functionality of Hibernate framework mainly. Okay. Okay, so we'll start simple example first. This is Hibernate mapping. Okay, in Hibernate mapping, we map class name to table name, variable name to column name. Okay, we'll map class name to table name, variable name to column name. So tomorrow table name change, where we change only in the configuration we change, not in every place. Okay, before that, in Hibernate we have two types of mapping. One is XML, how it look like in a Spring XML configuration, same here. Another one is annotation. Okay, XML configuration I'm not discussed, just directly if you want I will show one example. I have code already. This is XML configuration. What we do here, see, our class name is student, our table name is in database student. Okay, in example database table name is std. Like this we can configure. Our class name is student, corresponding database table name is std. Okay, SID is our variable name, SID is a column name. Like that we can configure in XML approach. But in Java configuration, I will show to you how to do with that. Okay, already I told in that diagram, we write some annotations, table annotation, some column annotation. I will show practically. Okay, XML is not much important, that's why I'm not going to much. This is first one, Hibernate configuration, mapping. Okay, second one is Hibernate configuration means what? What is Hibernate configuration? To tell to Hibernate, where is our database and what are credentials. Okay, to get a database connection. to get DB connection. This is Hibernate configuration. How to do this? We have some code with that. This is the code. In that code, see what I am doing here. I created one. I created one configuration class object. In that, I'm putting the data. What data I'm putting? Observe clearly. See line by line what I'm doing. So in the configuration class, I'm setting some properties. What are those? Driver class name. What is our database driver class name and URL and username, password. But keys are different. So these are Hibernate specific keys. These are Hibernate specific keys. To tell to Hibernate, this is my driver class. This is a key, Hibernate dot connection dot driver class. To tell to Hibernate, this is the URL, database URL, Hibernate dot connection dot URL, Hibernate dot connection dot username. Okay, connection dot password. Dialect. What is dialect? I'll tell you. Okay. So SQL, I will tell later. This is these are some meta information. These four are connection information. These are some extra information that I will tell one by one. Okay, this is Hibernate configuration. How to configure database connection. Okay, third one is session and session factory. What is session factory? This is very most important question. Session factory. Session is a piece of transaction or set of transaction. Set of transaction. What is set of transaction? I can say, so I want to read employee salary and update employee salary 20,000 if it is more than 10,000. Okay, that is one transaction. Here what involved here? Reading data, salary data, and check the salary is more than 10,000. If more than 10,000, give 100% hike. Update as a 20,000. That is one transaction. Okay, what is session factory? Session factory is a factory of sessions. So from session factory, we can create sessions. From session factory, we can create sessions. Okay. This will clear more whenever we discuss example. These three are required to work with simple Hibernate example. Okay, simple first example. So these three are clear for now. We'll start first example. So to start first example, what we need to do? I'm giving clearly here. Steps to create first Hibernate. Okay. So first we need to create a Maven project. Okay, I'm going with Maven instead of adding Jarvis manually. Create Maven project. Add Hibernate specific. Hibernate specific dependencies. Okay. So I'm telling the one point I forgot to tell. Hibernate mainly used for okay, I will tell more clearly. So basically, core Java, with core Java, what we can develop? We can develop one desktop based applications. Okay, with JDBC, what we can do? We can work with data storage. Okay, servlet or JSP to develop okay. Here Hibernate. Before that I told about Spring JDBC, right? Spring JDBC for to give database support for Spring applications. But Hibernate, what is the purpose of Hibernate? With the Hibernate, we can work with database connections. Only for database connection, we can use the Hibernate. Okay, we cannot use for develop what that means. With only Hibernate, we cannot develop web applications. Okay, with only Hibernate. With the combination of Hibernate and Servlet, combination of Hibernate and Spring Boot, Hibernate and Spring MVC, we can develop web-based applications. But with only Hibernate, we cannot develop web applications. Okay, Hibernate mainly for working with database connections and operations. Okay, I think it's more clear. Tomorrow don't ask. So Hibernate we can use for develop web applications. We cannot use for that. Okay. Okay. So first one is create maven project and add Hibernate specific dependencies. Okay. See here, I added same. I created a simple maven project. Okay. In that XML, see that these are Hibernate specific dependencies. This is extra one required for dependent jar files. This forgot about this, not much important. Here main thing is Hibernate core. Hibernate core is the main important one. Hibernate specific jar files. If we add this, all these jar files will come to our class path. All the jar files. Okay. MySQL connector for to connect our Hibernate application to database. This is for MySQL connector. Okay. This is for XML support. Whenever we use some XML applications in a maybe XML support internally it is using, but not outside. Okay. This is dependent jar files. Just think like that. So I created one simple maven project that already you know, that's why I created. I added all the dependencies. Next one is create session factory. Create session factory. So your main point is only one session factory for one database. That means if our application using multiple database, my application is SBI or my application is Redbus using MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB. That means I can create 3 session factories. This is the meaning of this sentence. Only one session factory for one database. If you use multiple database, multiple session factory objects can create. So where I create a session factory? See here, I taken simple class Hibernate utils. Okay, in that I taken one global variable. In the global variable, I just taken one private static global variable of type session factory. In the method, public static method, I am creating the installation object. This is the approach to create Hibernate session factory. Okay, I already told to create session factory, we need all these properties. Driver class name, key is fixed. Don't change this key. If you change this key, Hibernate don't know what it is. Hibernate connection URL, username, password, and dialect I will tell. This is meta information. Okay, dialect required. So SQL, I will tell the reason for that. On HPM to DDL update. Okay, this I commented for now. This also I commented. This is required for now. I will tell what is the purpose is. So what is dialect? What is dialect? So what is driver? Driver class in JDBC. What is that?
To get a connection to database.
Okay, to get a connection. What it will do?
It will connect your application to database.
Okay. Any other questions? Any answers? Other answers? Okay. So JDBC connection driver for to communicate our database objects to our Java code objects to database. Like that in Hibernate we have one class, dialect class. How it look like driver class in JDBC. Here we have Hibernate dialect class. So what Hibernate dialect class will do? So it is a bridge between Hibernate to database. What that mean? It is a bridge between Hibernate database. What that mean? So if we provide Java object or employee object, example employee object, what it does? It convert into SQL queries. How it will convert? Because of this Hibernate dialect. This Hibernate dialect capable to convert Java types to database types. Database type. For that purpose only we use the Hibernate dialect. Okay, in Hibernate we are using multiple annotations that how it will convert into SQL queries automatically. So this is the dialect class, this is bridge between Java objects to database, which is contain mapping files, basically mapping the data between Java object to database table. Okay, it also responsible to generate some tuned queries. Tuned means it will give more performance. Fine. Okay, Hibernate, it will generate some tuned queries. What are the tuned queries? If you write basically in SQL to select data, all these columns, what we write? Select star from table name. But that is not a much tuned query. That is performance wise not good. What is best way? We have to write all the columns. Like this, we have to write all the columns. In this approach only database will feel more comfortable. It will give the results very fast, better than select star. So instead of select star, we can provide all the column names. In this type only it will give the more performance. Okay, so I am repeating again. So in the first query, select a star from table name, it will not give much performance. That means there is a performance issue. To avoid that, if you use directly all column names, if we have 10 column names, 100 column names, if you use all the column names directly in the query only, this will fetch all the columns very quickly than select star. That means if you use select star, there is some issue with the performance. If you use all the columns, this is better than select star. Like that, Hibernate will provide some better tuned queries. tuned queries to improve performance of database or performance of application. Okay, is clear? Tuned queries. So next one. What is next one? Hibernate dialect do? So today we are using MySQL database. Okay, it has to generate corresponding MySQL insert query or select query or delete query. Tomorrow we change it MySQL to Oracle. There is some syntax change between MySQL to Oracle. How it will decide, how it will know Hibernate? There is syntax change based on dialect. Based on dialect, Hibernate will prepare the SQL queries, corresponding database. Okay, based on dialect, Hibernate will create or prepare SQL queries based on database. Okay. So this dialect is different from database. That means for MySQL, this is the dialect we are using in the code. For Oracle, there is different one. For MySQL, I am show now. ORG Hibernate dialect MySQL 5 dialect. For MySQL. For Oracle, how to know what is the Oracle specific dialect? To know that, go to Google. Okay, Oracle Hibernate dialect. Okay, this is the Oracle. That means dialect will change for database. Based on the dialect only, it will decide how to generate query. Okay, for the purpose only we put dialect here. Okay, fine. Up to here, fine. I create a configuration object. I told to Hibernate, this is the connection details. Go and get a connection. And next one is creating a session factory. This is a session factory code to create. Okay, this is the code. This is fixed code. Just observe this. What is there inside? So service registry equal to new standard service registry builder. Okay, this is builder class. Apply settings, configuration dot properties. What is configuration object here? This is the configuration. In the configuration, we are setting the all the connection details. Okay, then I am calling build session factory. Okay, I provided all the required details to you, connection details. So now I am asking to Hibernate build a session factory. Okay, it will give the session factory object. What is used for this, I will tell in the program. From the session factory, we can create session. From the session, we can create, we can apply, we can do some database operations. Okay, fine. Session factory is created up to here. Okay, this class is completed. And then go for student class. What is student class? I told, okay, now my requirement is okay. Here I have one table in database. Okay, I have one table in database. This is the table name. Table name is student. Okay, student ID, student name, student P, and date of birth. I taken these 4 columns. This table is present in database. Now I want to do some operations. Maybe I want to insert new row. I want to update a existing row. I want to delete a existing row. This kind of operations I want to do from the Hibernate. To do that, in Hibernate, mostly we don't write SQL queries, insert into student values. We don't write it. We map our class. We'll create one class. I'm taking here std. Okay, in that open in the student class, I want to mention all these properties of database. In database we have student ID. I'll take here int student ID. I'll take complete name. Second one is string student name. Third one is double. I'll take as it is sp. sp is as it is. I'm taking from the database. Fourth one is date of birth. I'll take date type. Date type. Or for now I'll take string type only. We'll see later. String. Date of birth I'll take DOB only as it is. So two columns are, I change variable names here. Two columns are as it is as a database column names. So how to map this table name to our class name? There is a one annotation called @table. In that you provide my class name is student. My class name is student, but my table name is something else. My table is something else. How to take this? To tell to Hibernate, this class name is student, but in database table name is something else. That is student. Okay, I think it is clear. Now, next one is my column. So in the table, the student ID, sorry, SID, but my column is student ID. It is not matching. So to map these columns, I can provide with annotation @column. In the database column is SID. And second one, S name, is student name, there S name, this mismatch. So we have tell to Hibernate in the database, the column name is like this, but not student name. So third one, SV same, right? We can write column annotation. We don't write this, both optional, because column name and variable name is matched. Okay, this and this is matched, so we no need to write column here. If you don't write, the optional. Here date of birth is match, here it match, so don't need to write, and close the bracket. This is Hibernate mapping. This is Hibernate mapping. Now what I will do? I will create one class here, student std s equal to new student. Okay, s dot set student ID 101, s dot student name ABC, s dot student sp, right? Sp maybe something, s dot dob is something 2022 something. Now I'll ask Hibernate, please save this object, this student object, to database. How it will save? Hibernate, we give an object, not SQL. Okay, we give an object to Hibernate. We are asking to save database. How it will save? It will convert this object into SQL query. Okay, that SQL query will be executed in database and it will save. This is the functionality of Hibernate. So here developer no need to learn about much on SQLs. SQL language I don't require. I know only Hibernate. I know how to set data, how to hand over to Hibernate. Now Hibernate is responsible to create object, sorry, to generate SQL query and insert data into database. Fine. It is a Hibernate mapping class file. So same thing I implemented here. Student, see here, table to map table name. Okay. This ID generated column I will tell later. Okay. In the table, okay, in the table name I'll make it as std. Okay. ID column name as a student ID. First name as a f name. Variable name is first name, but student name is f name. Student first name. In the database, I will make it as a student L name, last name. Okay, email, student email. Okay, fine. So these are constructors, default constructor, parameter constructor. That is already we know. Not much to discuss. Setters, getters, and the toString method. Okay, now it is ready. I mapped table name to our class name. This entity was simple to tell Hibernate. This is entity class. Okay, this is entity class. So if the table name of that database and class name is matched, this is optional. If the table name, if the column name of the database and variable name matched, this is also optional. Okay, this ID means primary key. Primary key, I don't know you know or not. Primary key means it will provide only unique columns. Unique columns. Okay, I'll discuss later. First, we'll execute this code. Okay, we know the mapping. We know the session factory. Okay, next one is how to save. I told only here. I'll hand over to Hibernate. And Hibernate will save data into database. How to save? First, we need to get one session object. One session object here. Get session. Next one is we need to open one transaction. We need to open one transaction. Third one is save data. Save data means just provide the object, it will save automatically. Fourth one is first step is close transaction, close session. Okay, these two are last two are only close transaction, close session. First two are open session, open transaction. Okay, these are simple. Next one is save data. So this is important how you are saving data. For saving, what methods we are using. Okay. To insert data in JDBC, we use execute query, execute update, right? In JDBC. But here, how to store data? What method is there? There are some methods, load, sorry, not load. There are some methods here, save method. One method is this save method. If you provide Java object, this object to here, it will save into database. Okay. Okay, fine. How to store data? First, we need to open session from session factory and open transaction from session. This is interdependent. Okay, then save data, then close transaction, close session. See code here. Here I got a session factory. How to get session factory? In the Hibernate utils, there is one method get session factory. If I call that, it will create session factory and get data. Okay, I'm calling that Hibernate util that get session factory. It will give one session factory to me. I got session factory from the Hibernate util. Next, session factory dot open session. I'm asking give one session to me. From session, I'm starting one transaction, begin transaction. Transaction part to execute some piece of queries. Okay, I'm asking save that student object, save the student object and commit the data. Commit already we know that what is the commit. Commit for to store the permanent data to database. And close session. Before closing session, we can also close transaction. Close not there. Okay, close not there. I'll check that. Directly we can close the session. If you close session, automatically transaction will be closed, I think. Okay, so we'll go from client. In the client, what I'm doing first, creating student DAO. Okay, student DAO, this class we are creating here. In the Hibernate, we'll create. If you use the Spring, directly we can inject by Spring IOS container by using AutoWide. Okay, then I'm creating student object. I'm putting data. In the student object, what is the data is there? First ID is there. Okay, ID is there. First name is there. Last name is there. Email is there. But see here what data I'm putting. ID I'm not setting. Only first name, last name, and email I'm setting. But why ID not setting? If I don't set ID, what ID it will store in database? See here in the table. In this table, ID is there, but I'm not setting here. What ID will come here automatically? To tell that, okay, ID value, please generate yourself. Yourself means Hibernate automatically. Okay, ID is employee ID. Basically, employee ID who will generate? If you join into one company, okay, employee name is your name. Employee ID is your email ID. Okay, employee salary is your salary. For employee ID, you are going to give employee ID. Okay, I'm joining your company. My employee ID give as a like some fancy number 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you ask like that? It is not possible. Whenever you join the company, automatically company generate one employee ID. Automatically company generate. To tell to Hibernate, there is one ID column. ID column is please generate yourself. That is the purpose only. We need to set. We need to provide one annotation. ID is a primary key. Generator value. Okay. For this column, automatically you only generate the value. How to generate? How to generate? There are some procedures, different types generation. Okay. That means generating is a 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence number or some random number or something else. That will be some strategies are there, some types are there. Okay, based on a year, based on date of birth, based on phone number, how it is generated. That is a strategy. I am taking identity. Identity means every column should have a new unique value and auto increment. You can see here identity indicate that provider must be assigned. Okay, a sequence. Primary keys for the entity database entry column. Okay, this is not much meaningful. So identity means it automatically create one value for this SID based on some algorithm. Okay, that is the purpose we have to give a generator value. That is the concept of generator. I told already. I don't know it is there here or not. Okay, in the paint agent. Okay, so to generate automatically some values, we can use the generator value annotation. For that, we have to tell what is the approach to generate. It is a number or something else, ABCD. We can generate also any type. Okay, we created object, student object. We set the values. So I'm asking this object. This is a student object I created. Okay, first name is Ramesh, second name is something, third name is some mail ID, last one mail ID, some I given. I'm asking this object store into database. Who will store here? Hibernate. How to store? We need to take help of session factory, session transaction. That is the purpose. I'm calling one method. What is that? This is a save student. This is my method. In student DAO class, there is one method save student. I'm providing the student an input argument. Okay, that object I'm asking to save. What is it doing? Getting session factory, session. Okay, creating transaction. These 3 steps are common. Now I'm asking one method, save method. Save method from the Hibernate. What is it saying? It persists the given transient instance. That means object will be persisted and stored by assigning generated identifier. Whatever generated strategy you provided, that will be created. So while creating Hibernate into database, this object into Hibernate by database, okay, Hibernate, it will insert the student data to database. While inserting, we are telling for the student there is an automatically generated value student ID. Okay, student ID that will generate based on a existing data. Here 1, 2 is there. So next one is 3. That is the algorithm tells identity. Increment last value. It will store. While inserting, next time if I give, it will come 3, some name, mail ID, first name, last name. Okay. See here, I am changing that data. First name I am giving. Mail ID I am giving ABC. Now I am asking this data stored in database. Okay. See that output. I am running application. See the output. They gave some exception. Table SED not present. So see the tables in this database. This is a database name. Okay. Use database on select. How to check the tables in database? So tables. Only student is there. SED is not there. Student also I'll delete for the same purpose. How to drop table completely? This drop now show table. Okay. So still running now. Wait. It is still running. It's saying last connection. Okay, run again. Why it is taking more time? Okay, this ID taking more time. I will try to run from MySQL command prompt. Root use Hibernate underscore DB. Okay, so tables. Drop table. Okay, it's all taking more time. It's okay, fine. Instead of waiting, we'll continue. So in this database, student is there, but STD not there. So STD is not there. I given table name as STD. So to tell to Hibernate, if a table is not exist, the table is not exist in database, you only create yourself. Okay, if table not exist or column not exist, you only create yourself. To tell like that, we have to set one property, Hibernate HBM to DDL. That means Hibernate to DDL. What DDL? Data definition language. If a table not exist or column not exist, these kind of situations, you only yourself create, automatically create. I given update. I given update. That update means what? 1 second. Yeah. So see this HBM to DDL property. What are the possible values? So that means in this Hibernate dot HBM to DDL auto, for this what we can provide? Only update or something else. We can provide all these 4 values. Valid means default. Default means the table exists, it will use. It will not exist, it will throw error. Okay. I'm writing here. If table or column exist, it use. Else throw exception. This is by default. Okay. Create means first drop if existing any table. Okay, if a table already present, first drop that, then again create. That is for create. Next one is update. Create if not exist. If table not exist, it will create new table. If it is exist, use same existing table. Okay. This is the best one because if exist, it will use. If it not exist, it will create. What is last one? Create drop. That means if it exists or not exist, first create the table and again drop the table after the work completed. After the code is executed, again drop this. Okay. I am telling in the example only update. You can try all these 4. Okay. First you can give validate. It is default one. If you don't give also default only validate. Next one is created. You can try created. That means first drop the existing table and it will create automatically. Update means already we know it create the table, existing table. Sorry, if it use the existing table, if it not exist, it will be create. Last one is create and drop. First will create, after immediately work is completed, it will drop that. Okay, I'm giving update means if it is not present, create. If it is present, just use that. Okay, see that I'm running application again. That means according to this, the student table, STD table not present, it has to create. It has to create. Okay. And see, it is saying something. DDL executes not mode. Connection will be committed. Okay. It is still running. Any sleep is there? Wait. Okay, save student. Fine. Checking database. How many tables are there now? Recreated. Then select the table. Select the data. Like select a star from to STD. It has the data game. Whatever I given in the code. Okay, whatever I given in the code. First name, last name, and mail ID. It came. Okay. If I run this again, I'm giving new value here. Okay. Now already one row is there. First ID is SID is 1. Now it is going to insert. This is first name, last name, mail ID. But ID is it will generate automatically. How it will generate? How it will generate? By using auto increment. Okay. Second value is 2. Let's run this application. Okay, see output in the database. It is inserted. ID 2 automatically came, mail ID, first name, last name. Okay. Anywhere we return the SQL query, insert into table name. No, we just created object, set the value, that object hand over to the Hibernate session.save. that is responsible to create a insert query. So can we check it really created insert query or not? Yes, we can check. Whenever Hibernate executing, it will generate some SQL queries. It will generate some SQL queries. Those SQL queries we can see in the logs, it did not printed any insert query, create query. Okay, to show SQL queries, whatever generated by Hibernate, we have to set one property. This is the one, Hibernate dot show underscore SQL true. By seeing name, we can understand. So SQL queries, whatever you are generating, show to me in the console, set to true. Okay, now try to insert data. Okay, this data I'm going to insert. Now see in the console important. Now it will generate the insert query. Anyway, it generate, it is showing to me or not. You can see whatever Hibernate generate insert query here. It is generated this one. Insert into student, mail ID, first name, last name. These are position parameters. This position parameter will be replaced by at runtime. Now see that output is came or not. This saved or not, this inserted. Okay, these are few properties. Okay, whatever I shown. First one is important one is dialect. What is dialect purpose? It is a bridge between our Java code Hibernate to database. Second one is Hibernate.showSQL to show or to print the Hibernate generated SQL queries to console. This one, if the corresponding table or column not present, we have to create automatically. To tell the behavior, we can use this property. So to show the example, in the Pojo class, I'm adding new column student date of birth in the form of string date of birth. Okay, I'm not giving any column annotation here, but I will set this the constructor this dot equal to, okay, now I'll add some date of birth value here. Okay, this is the date of birth I'm adding. So if I run this, it will store or not. Just see this. So here main thing to understand, this date of birth column is new. In present, in this table, STD is present, but date of birth column is not present. It will create automatically by Hibernate or not, that we can see here. So it is saying first one, alter table Hibernate, add column DOB. That means it is trying to add new column because Hibernate identified this DOB column not present. Okay, this DOB column not present. So I have to create. That is why it is giving alter query. Why alter query? Table already present. To modify existing table structure, we have to use alter. Already I told in the SQL basics. Okay, now it is inserted the data DOB first name, last name, and come here and see that the data inserted or not. Okay, for Suman it is inserted. For remaining people not there because while inserting this data 1, 2, 3, we did not give on the data birth. Okay, this is about Hibernate basics, how to store data. Okay, is clear?